Hi everyone! Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're embarking on an incredible journey to explore one of the most fascinating civilizations of the ancient Americas, the Chaco culture. Before we dive in, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode of our adventures into history and mystery. Now, let's get started. Let's begin with the origins of the Chaco culture. Around the mid-9th century CE, this remarkable civilization emerged in the arid lands of what is now northwestern New Mexico. But their influence didn't stop there. The Chacoan network extended across modern-day New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado, and Utah, an area we now call the Four Corners region. Isn't that incredible? This vast reach shows just how sophisticated their trade routes, architectural planning, and cultural connections were. Picture this: a rugged landscape of mesas, canyons, and desert expanses. It's a challenging place to survive, right? Yet, the Chacoans adapted brilliantly. They built irrigation systems and centralized hubs to connect their communities. Their cultural and economic heart was Chaco Canyon, a place of breathtaking innovation and connectivity. The Chacoans didn't just appear overnight. Their society evolved from smaller ancestral Puebloan groups who learned to harness the harsh environment of the Southwest. Over time, they created a system that relied on cooperation and centralized planning, which allowed them to thrive where others might struggle. So how did the Chacoans manage to survive in such a tough environment? Their ingenuity is inspiring. They cultivated maize, beans, and squash, known as the Three Sisters of agriculture. Imagine building advanced irrigation systems like canals, dams, and reservoirs to collect and store rainwater in a desert. That's exactly what they did. But it didn't stop there. They used terraces and check dams to conserve soil and maximize crop yields. These innovations made it possible to farm even in the region's arid climate. Beyond farming, they foraged for wild plants like pinyon nuts, cactus fruits, and native grasses. These added variety to their diet and helped them adapt to seasonal food availability. Hunting was another essential part of life. Rabbits, deer, and turkeys provided not only food, but also materials for tools, clothing, and ceremonies. Turkeys, for instance, were highly valued, their feathers were woven into blankets, and their bones were used for tools. Trade was crucial for supplementing their diet and securing exotic items. Foods like cacao from Mesoamerica and dried fish from faraway rivers could have been luxury items reserved for elite members of society or ceremonial purposes. It's amazing how interconnected they were, even in such a remote area. Now, let's talk architecture. If you've ever wondered what human ingenuity can achieve, just look at the great houses of Chaco Canyon. These monumental structures served as cultural, economic, and ceremonial hubs. Let me highlight a few. Pueblo Bonito, the crown jewel, with over 600 rooms and precise celestial alignments. It's one of the largest and most famous sites, showcasing their advanced planning and communal effort. Pueblo Bonito may have served as a ceremonial center, a residential space for elites, or both. Chaco, known for its unique masonry and sprawling plazas, a place for large gatherings and ceremonies. It's one of the best examples of Chacoan architectural grandeur, complete with multi-story rooms. Casa Rinconada, a ceremonial kiva aligned with the solstices. This massive subterranean structure is a testament to the spiritual importance of celestial events in Chacoan life. Imagine standing there during a solstice ceremony. It must have been awe-inspiring. Una Vida, one of the earliest great houses, showcasing the evolution of their building techniques. Its location suggests it was an integral part of Chaco's early development. Pueblo del Arroyo, a compact and symmetrical masterpiece. You can almost picture life bustling within its walls, with people working, trading, and performing rituals. Quincletso, a smaller but fascinating structure with a rectangular layout and evidence of multiple construction phases. Its unique design suggests it may have been used for specialized purposes. One of the most fascinating aspects of Chacoan engineering is their network of ancient roads. These roads, constructed with remarkable precision, spanned hundreds of miles, connecting Chaco Canyon to outlying settlements and regions. Imagine roads up to 30 feet wide, cutting straight through the rugged desert terrain. These were no ordinary paths, they were meticulously planned and constructed. The roads often ignored natural obstacles, such as hills and mesas, suggesting they held more than just practical significance. In some cases, ramps and stairways were carved into rock faces to maintain the direct routes. Archaeologists believe these roads were used not just for trade, but also for ceremonial purposes, linking the great houses and other sacred sites into a vast cultural network. One of the most famous road systems is the Great North Road, which stretches directly north from Chaco Canyon. Its precise alignment and lack of clear economic purpose lead many to believe it had a ceremonial function, possibly symbolizing a connection to the cosmos or the ancestral world. The construction of these roads is yet another testament to the Chacoans' organizational skills and their ability to mobilize resources and labor on an impressive scale. Walking along these ancient routes today offers a unique perspective on the interconnectedness of their world. Chaco Canyon is not just a place of historical significance, it's a hub of mysteries that have puzzled researchers for decades. Among the most intriguing is the discovery of six-fingered skeletal remains in the region. Some archaeologists speculate that these individuals might have held special status in Chacoan society, as 6 fingers or toes are often associated with spiritual or supernatural significance in ancient cultures. Could these individuals have been revered leaders or shamans? The truth remains buried in the sands of time. There's also the tantalizing possibility that Chaco Canyon was connected to the ancient Aztecs. Some scholars and enthusiasts have speculated that Chaco might have been part of the legendary homeland of the Aztecs, known as Aztlan. According to Aztec myths, Aztlan was a place of great cultural and spiritual importance, a city or region from which their ancestors originated before migrating south to the Valley of Mexico. Could Chaco Canyon be the lost city of Aztlan? While no definitive evidence has been found, the idea continues to capture imaginations. The architectural and ceremonial parallels between Chaco and Mesoamerican cultures, such as the use of cacao in rituals and the presence of macaw feathers, suggest that the Chacoans were part of a vast cultural network that may have extended as far as the Aztec Empire. It's a tantalizing thought that links the American Southwest to the rich and complex history of Mesoamerica. Let's talk about the people behind the Chaco culture, the Anasazi. This term, often translated as Ancient Ones or Ancient Enemy in Navajo, refers to the ancestral Puebloan peoples who built the monumental structures and developed the vibrant culture of Chaco Canyon. They were the heart and soul of this civilization, and their legacy endures in the traditions of modern Puebloan peoples. The Anasazi were master builders, astronomers, and artists. They crafted intricate pottery, wove textiles, and created petroglyphs that still adorn the canyon walls. These artworks provide glimpses into their spiritual beliefs, depicting animals, celestial symbols, and geometric patterns that may have held ceremonial significance. But who were the Anasazi? They were a community-driven society where cooperation was essential for survival. Their ability to work together on massive construction projects, like the great houses and extensive road systems, is a testament to their organizational skills and shared vision. Archaeological evidence suggests the Anasazi lived in small villages before transitioning to larger, more centralized settlements like those in Chaco Canyon. Over time, they developed advanced agricultural techniques, which allowed them to sustain their growing population despite the arid climate. Interestingly, the Anasazi story doesn't end with Chaco Canyon. Around the 13th century, they began to migrate to other areas, such as Mesa Verde and the Rio Grande Valley. This migration was likely driven by environmental changes, resource depletion, or social upheaval. Their descendants, modern Puebloan peoples like the Hopi, Zuni, and Rio Grande Pueblo communities, continue to honor their heritage, preserving the traditions and knowledge passed down through generations. Now, here's something fascinating. Did you know that the Chaco culture shares remarkable parallels with ancient Egypt? Let me explain. Both societies created monumental architecture, the Chacoans with their great houses and the Egyptians with their pyramids and temples. And both aligned their structures with celestial events, showing a deep understanding of astronomy. Think about it. Pueblo Bonito aligns with the solstices, just like the pyramids align with Orion's belt. Chaco Canyon was a hub for trade and culture, much like Egypt's Nile Valley. And both civilizations had water management systems, the Chacoans in their desert environment, and the Egyptians with the annual Nile floods. It's mind-blowing how human ingenuity transcends geography and time, isn't it? Both societies also emphasized spirituality in their architecture. In Egypt, the temples and pyramids symbolized the journey to the afterlife, while in Chaco, kivas and ceremonial spaces reflected their connection to the cosmos and the spirit world. Speaking of the cosmos, the Chacoans were incredible astronomers. Have you heard of the Sun Dagger? It's a natural rock formation at Fajada Butte that projects sunlight onto petroglyphs during solstices and equinoxes. This wasn't just coincidence, it was intentional, sophisticated, and precise. They also aligned their buildings with lunar standstills, a cycle that lasts 18.6 years. Imagine tracking the moon with such precision, without telescopes or modern tools. It's one of the great mysteries of their culture. Their knowledge of astronomy wasn't just scientific, it was deeply spiritual. The movement of the sun, moon, and stars played a role in their rituals and ceremonies, connecting the heavens to their lives on Earth. The Chacoans weren't just builders and astronomers. They were the ancestors of today's Puebloan peoples, like the Hopi, Zuni, and Rio Grande Pueblo communities. Their oral histories give us a glimpse into the spiritual and cultural practices of their Chacoan ancestors. Trade connected the Chacoans to Mesoamerican civilizations. They imported exotic goods like macaws, cacao, and copper, enriching their society with cultural exchanges. Imagine the vibrant life of a Chacoan community, bustling with trade and ceremony. By the late 12th century, the Chaco culture began to decline. Why? There are many theories: droughts, resource depletion, or maybe even social upheaval. But their legacy didn't disappear. Their influence lives on in the traditions of their descendants and the awe-inspiring ruins they left behind. If you've ever wanted to step back in time, Chaco Canyon is the place to go. Walk among the ancient ruins, marvel at their engineering feats, and let your imagination run wild. It's a place where history and mystery come alive. So, what do you think about the Chaco culture? Their resilience, ingenuity, and connection to the cosmos make them one of history's most fascinating civilizations. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And before you go, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow history buffs. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the past. Until next time, keep exploring the wonders of our world.